start at 7 Monday, you'll work till 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and you'll start Tuesday at 9, and you'll work till 10 or 11, and it keeps flip-flopping. So even though technically it's 5 days, a lot of shows you're not done till, 2, 3 in the morning on Saturday. We have a very good health plan provided by the employer, fully paid for by the employer. 35 television shows in New York City now: The Affair, The Americans, Blacklist, Blind Spots, Blue Bloods, The Breaks, Bull, Elementary we do, Gotham we do, Homeland, Kevin Can Wait, Madam Secretary, Orange is the New Black, The Path, Quantico, Shades of Blue, Special Victims Unit, Time After Time, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Billions, The Get Down.
This goes on and on from, old jobs like Sex and the City and different music videos, like union jobs like Beyonce.
What I want to chat with you about is the permit list that Neri responded to, referenced, and how you can get on it. Mr. Ford talked about all of our shows and how busy we are. Our members go on it, and then we call from lists. We have applicants, so we opened up the doors to applicants to apply for membership in September of 2015. There were 817 of them. I'm going to table that for a minute, talk about the application process at the end. Keep in mind that 817 people who came in, that's the 150 who are coming through, the ones who successfully made it. We probably have 50 more we're testing this week, and we have a few more coming through. But for the permit or the available list, if you're sitting here and you're like, hey, that sounds really interesting, I have no idea what a grip is, what is a prop, you're going to read our book, you're interested in it, and you want to be sent out on some of our shows to try it out, you would send us an email, which is hrdirector@ialocal52.org. Now, it'll be important when you email us, if you put in there that you came through LaGuardia, you can just put LCC, that's fine. But if you put LCC in there, there are certain things that we can do for you to avoid you some pain in applying. All right, like the 817 who came in September of 2015, they had a window of a week and a half, and they had to wait outside, some of them for midnight. If you come in through here, we're gonna not make you have that pain. Let's talk about the application process for the permit or the available list. If you were to call the union right now, they'd say send an email to HR Director and express interest in the available list. Tracy or I, both of us answer the HR Director email. We will respond to you with a very, very detailed email, which will just say to you that we're closed, but if you're interested in being placed on the available list, please send us a resume detailing your experience in the field. Now, if you don't have it and you have an interest, put that in your cover letter to us, okay? Once we review the resume, I had somebody who was a production assistant, so they're interested in being a prop. We send them a second email, and the second email states that they need to have an aerial lift card and an OSHA card. The OSHA card is a 10-hour construction, and it's in the email, it's very clear, but if you do the general industry course, you're wasting 15 hours of your life. It's a 10-hour course, it takes 15 hours to do it. You want the construction, it's $59, it's the cheapest we've seen it online. The aerial lift is the high-low, they give it at scissor lift, they give it at Blakely, Pride, Perks, which is right across the street from the union, and we're close to you. We're 2.9 miles away from the school here. We're on Steinway Street in Astoria. And we'll need a proof that you are over 18. We do ask that you specify the craft that you're interested in going in. So I had somebody who applied today for Shopcraft, which is carpentry, and they have been a restaurant owner. They have I can't put them there with power tools. So we'll have some discussions after you send that resume. That's what's been happening lately. Then we have a discussion and I find out exactly what you want. You put your resume together, we clear it through the business rep, and then you get your first call. You get your first call and hopefully you say yes. We're going to be giving you an etiquette sheet also, which is basically going to say what these two gentlemen said to you. Show up on time, show up dressed appropriately, never sit around doing nothing, and bring tools. Okay? After that, you're considered on our list, and then you would call with your availability every day, because we've had college students ask, how can I do this and still be in school? Because you have breaks, and you can, once you get put out on that list, you can then call your availability in when you are free or for weekends.
Make sure you write down every job that you went on, because you will get multiple checks in a week. So if you're missing a check, you would know which job you went on. You would have to write the hours, so that way you can go back if you're missing that check and say, listen, I did not receive this check for this many hours on this day, and I was working on this show. So make sure you write down the hours, the show you was on, the production company.
When we open our doors again, and I don't know when that will be, but I know it will not be before April, because we're not even having discussions about it till March. So when we open up the doors again, and I'm going to talk now about the 817 who came through in September, the requirements that were there then, because they could change. But, so we had 116 electric, 189 grip, 12 medics, 40 shopcraft, 19 sound, and 1 video. The video person got in, it was a woman. Those people, when they came through, they paid $750. That's the fee to apply. You've heard what Mr. Ford said the starting wage was, though. You'll make that back like that. So you pay $750, that gets you 2 tests. At that point, you'll read the website, it will be updated, but it will talk to you about some residency requirements. You have to be in our residency for 18 months, and you have to prove that. And then you'll tell us if you've been working on our available list, you may have hours which show that you worked on our jobs, and depending on the number of hours that you have, we place you in certain categories. Some people are cleared to go straight to the test. We have craft tests for every single craft, except for medics. Medics come in with an RN or a paramedic license. Or if you don't have the hours, then we assign you to classes. And the classes vary. For the property, it's 2 weekend days plus a weapons safety class. For grips, it's 8 classes. It's 2 weeks with like a weekday and a weekend. Shopcraft was 5 classes, and electric was 8 weeks of classes with 2. This can all change. What I'm telling you is what was the baseline for September 2015. So that's where you get the classes, because you might go look at the website and read it and be like, how do I get this education? The education comes after you apply. So let's talk about the people coming in this weekend. We're having some very happy people on Sunday who are being put through a whole training, unionism, and then they're going to take an oath, and they're going to get their 52 card. They paid the $750, and then they paid an additional $2,000 once they passed the test. $2,000 plus one $10 fee for the benefit fund, which is a one-time donation, and then our dues was finances. Once you pay that $750, the classes are all free. There is one fee if you're in props for the weapons. The weapons safety class is $200. And I overheard Tracy having a conversation with an applicant who has been working for years for us, and he didn't have the money. And she spoke to him, and he said, well, it's been very slow. She was very polite with him, but, you know, she asked him, were you surprised? He shouldn't be surprised. So this is something, you're going to get a lot of money, and then you're going to get none. And you really need to be able to be disciplined with that, or you're going to have a problem.
Sometimes you realize, you look at the math, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to use this in life. But being a grip, you use that stuff. Seriously, it's formulas, it's like different conversions, shadows, and it comes in handy, you know, that old Pythagorean theorem. And you know, you can't just come to Local 52 not knowing nothing like, hey, I'm that guy from the body, I want to work. You have to apply yourself, and you're going to get what you put in. You have to, you know something.
Right, so it's little things, but so if you can take a course here that shows you how to do that, you're ahead of the game.
And that we want this to be the start of a relationship where we work with you and your teachers to help with the curriculum. We've done that already. Our shopcraft head has gone out to talk to some carpentry schools for what you need for building sets for film. And, you know, so we can learn from you, and what do you need, what do we need?
Fantastic.